My name is Nick, and I'm going to be the next school shooter of 2018. My goal is at least 20 people with an AR-15 and a couple tracer rounds.
I'm too nice. Yeah. How many times has the voice talked to you while we've been in the room here together?
A lot.
Has the voice said jump out of the chair and do anything bad to that policeman?
I hate everyone and everything. With the power of my AR, you will all know who I am. I had enough of being told what to do and when to do.
We've already gone over the step-by-step account of how Nikolas Cruz carried out the horrifying Parkland school shooting, which became one of the deadliest tragedies in U.S. history. Now, we shift focus to what happened after his arrest, specifically inside the interrogation room, where Cruz revealed disturbing and erratic behavior in front of the detective. After the attack, which left 17 people dead and 14 others injured, Cruz was taken into custody and brought to the Broward County Courthouse. There, he underwent a lengthy and intense 10-hour interrogation. During this session, the true extent of his troubled mind began to show.
All right, let me do this. You want cold water?
I don't know.
You don't know if you want cold water? It was hot out there. I know I'm going to get a cold water, so if I come back with a cold water,
I don't deserve it.
whether you deserve it or not, do you want a cold water?
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Well, I'm going to bring in two, because I don't want one. It was hot, and if you decide you want to have it, that's fine. But, you know, again, I want you to understand, you know, I'm the last guy you're going to have to talk to. You know, what's happened has happened, but now me and you have got to kind of communicate so I can hear you. And again, I'm going to ask you, you know, things about background and, you know, things about what happened. Okay, but you gotta relax, and, you know, I'll bring you in some water. You sure you don't want something to eat? Okay.
The initial 2 minutes of the interrogation carried immense significance. The detective had to present himself as an ally, creating an atmosphere of trust without intimidating or scaring Cruz into silence.
Some people have given me some background about you. I don't know if anyone's sure or not. The address where you were staying at recently, do you know the house number and everything? Okay. You know what city it was in? All right, let me sit close, because I can tell I'm going to have a hard time hearing you. All right. Are you staying with a family member or a friend? Come on, you got to relax, man. Because the questions I'm asking you right now are just your background questions. Okay? You know, I understand what we're going to talk about is going to be difficult. I understand that certain things are going to be hard for you to explain to me. But you're the only one who can explain these things to me. Okay? All right? So I'm going to ask you some background stuff. It's real simple. You know, do you know what city you were living in the last, say, week or how long have you been living with your friend?
4 months.
4 months. Okay, I got to take notes because I'm old. What's your friend's name?
I can't remember.
You can't remember? You know him from where?
School.
Okay, and the school you know him from, again, some of these questions are going to sound stupid, but I need to know, what school do you know him from? From Douglas?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know his nickname, or do you know what do you call him?
Do you know him?
What is it?
Do you know him?
Do you know him?
Do you?
Yeah, of course. Again, I've already told you, certain people have given me background about you. I need to hear it from you whether it's true. You can't worry about, you know, who your friend is at the moment, because I'm just trying to find out where you were staying.
Is he okay?
What?
Is he okay?
Yes. What's the number?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Nick, like I said, the questions are going to get a lot more difficult than what your phone.
Dude.
Okay, but when?
I can't remember, dude. I can't.
Okay, Nick, calm down.
Okay.
You've already been medically cleared. I know what's going to be talked about is difficult, but again, you don't remember your phone number. How long have you had the phone? How long have you had the phone? Nick, the doctor's already looked at you.
Okay.
Okay, you're fine. You're not having any problems at the moment, and you're perfectly fine. So calm your breathing down, all right? And I want to believe certain things that you're going to tell me, but, you know, if we're getting to where you're going to hyperventilate over a phone number.
Even though it was clear the attack had been planned, Cruz seemed very aware of how the legal system worked. It looked like he was trying to take advantage of it, possibly inspired by other criminals who had claimed insanity to avoid harsh sentences. During the interrogation, he rambled, contradicted himself, blamed demons, and even tried to hurt himself. But the detective stayed focused and didn't fall for the act.
You do any kind of drugs? What kind of drugs do you do?
A lot. No one knew about it.
Huh?
No one knew about it.
I can't hear you.
No one knew about it.
No one knew about it, but me and you are talking, and the other one wasn't going to know about it. So what kind of drugs were we talking?
Xanax.
Xanax?
Marijuana.
Marijuana? What else?
I tried killing myself with ibuprofen and
Okay, when was that?
Advil
When did you try killing yourself?
2 months ago.
Okay, did you actually go to the doctor, or where was that at? How'd you do it?
I snuck out of house.
Okay.
You're Walgreens.
Okay, you were still staying at a brother's house then?
Yes.
Okay. You snuck out the house, went to Walgreens. What happened?
Bought ibuprofen. Advil.
Okay.
Went back. Took it. Drank a lot of water.
Okay.
Went to bed.
Okay. How many did you take?
All of it almost.
What now?
I don't know how many pills. I just took a bunch.
Okay, a bunch. All right, you went back to bed. You drank some water. What happened there?
Heart started hurting. Stomach started feeling bad.
Right.
Went to the bathroom. Threw up.
Okay. Okay, you never had to go to the doctor, the emergency room, or anything like that? Is that the only time you ever tried to kill yourself?
No.
Okay, what other time did you try to kill yourself?
I tried, what was it called? I drank a lot.
Drinking too much alcohol, I guess. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Alcohol poisoning? When was that?
A couple years back.
A couple of years ago? So it was
Yeah.
before your mom passed?
Yes.
The ibuprofen was after your mom passed?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever end up at the doctor with the alcohol poisoning?
No.
What'd you do on that one? How'd you try to do that?
Slept it out.
You slept it out? How much did you drink?
Vodka.
Vodka? Alright. The most recent
Tequila.
one. Tequila.
What was tequila? Wine.
And that was when you were staying at your mom's house?
Yes.
Okay. The one with the ibuprofen, what were you depressed about?
Everything.
What in particular?
Mother.
Your mother passing away? Okay. That's understandable. What else? Anything? I mean, have you worked anywhere? Where are you working at?
Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree? How long you worked there?
2 years.
2 years? Which one? What city?
Parkland.
Parkland? What do you do for them? What kind of job?
Cashier.
Cashier? So you go to school during the day and you work at night, or you go work at night and go to school, or you work during the day and go to school at night? Which one do you do?
Go to school in the morning.
Okay.
From there.
Okay.
Go to work.
So you've been able to hold down a job for 2 years. That's pretty good, right?
Yes.
Other than Dollar Tree, where else did you ever work?
Lawn mowing.
What?
Lawn mowing.
Lawn mowing? Oh, okay. All right. When you tried to kill yourself with alcohol, your mom was still alive. What were you depressed about back then?
Loneliness.
Loneliness?
Loneliness.
Friends? No friends? Or what kind of loneliness? I mean, everybody gets lonely.
Solitude.
Solitude? You don't have a lot of friends?
No.
Okay. Today, when I say today, starting from last night when you went to bed to this morning, did you do any kind of drugs at all? Any Xanax, any marijuana, anything like that? No? Okay. All right. I always ask these questions because I don't know you, man. Crazy question. Where are you at right now? Do you know, are you in what kind of building you're in? Do you know what I do for a living? I'm a police detective. You know that?
No.
Okay, well, I'm a police detective. All those guys that escorted you coming down in the car in the uniforms, you know what they are?
SWAT.
No, they're police officers. You recognize their uniform as a police officer? See my badge there? Can't see it past my big stomach, but my name is John Curcio, and I'm a detective for the sheriff's office. So what I did is I got a lot of background on you, and I can tell right now that you understand that this is a police department, and I'm a police officer. Okay? All right, so one of the things I want to do is we need to start talking about what happened and why it happened. Have you ever been in trouble before where you've been involved with police officers?
Yes.
What was that all about?
Shooting animals.
Shooting animals?
Yes.
What kind of animals?
Chicken.
And what city was that in?
Parkland.
Did you get arrested for it, or they take you home? What happened?
They came to the door.
Okay.
Asking if we had guns.
Okay, was this when you were staying with your mom, or with
Yeah,
you?
when I was a long time ago.
Oh, how long time ago?
6 years ago.
Okay, so when you were like 13, when you were a juvenile? Okay, so did they actually arrest you? You shot a chicken? What'd you shoot the chicken with?
Pelican.
A pelican? Okay, is that the only time you've ever been in any contact with the police?
No.
What else? What other contacts you had with the police?
The detective skillfully broke down Cruz's lies. Instead of helping his case, Cruz's attempt to act insane only made him look guiltier. It served as a clear warning about the risks of pretending to be mentally ill in such serious situations. So why interrogate him at all if his guilt was already obvious? The main goal was to find out why he did it. Cruz was facing the death penalty, and prosecutors knew this would be a long, difficult trial. This was their chance to get inside his mind before he fully understood the consequences he was facing.
$200.
How much?
200.
200 for all of them, or what? Or each of them?
Each of them.
Each of them? And how many think you had?
I don't know.
Okay. But when you bought the gun in Margate for $560, how many magazines did it come with? The little 5-round magazine, or did it come with one of the big ones?
30-rounder.
Came with a 30-rounder? Okay, did you buy any other guns there? No? Is that the only gun you've ever owned? Other than the pellet gun you shot the chicken with? Have you ever owned any other guns?
Yes.
What kind of guns have you owned in the past? Any other rifles? Any other handguns?
No handguns.
Okay, so you had other rifles. That gun you've had how many months, you think?
2 years.
3 years?
2 years.
2 years? Have you ever taken it out to the range and fired or anything? Or was today the first day you ever fired it?
I shot in my garage.
You shot in your garage? At whose house? Your mom's house? How many times did you shoot in your garage?
2 times.
Just 2 bullets or 2 different occasions?
2 bullets.
What were you shooting at?
The ground.
You shot the gun in the garage on the concrete?
Yes.
It didn't bounce all over hell and creation?
No.
Did it go into the concrete?
Yes.
Wow. You ever take it to the range or anything like that? Have you ever fired a gun like that before in the ROTC training? No? Have you ever fired a gun like that ever with anybody? Any friends and anybody else like that? What made you choose out of all the guns to want to buy an AR-15?
Cool looking.
Cool looking? Okay.
At one point, the detective tried to draw Cruz out by talking about things he might enjoy, like guns. He hoped that if Cruz started talking about how many he owned, he might drop his guard and reveal more than he meant to. But this is when things took an even stranger turn.
Talk about that a little bit. All right, you go to the hospital, the doctors clear you, and you're talking about demons. What are the demons?
The voices.
Well, tell me about it. What are the voices about?
It's another voice, the evil side.
Okay. And how long has that voice been going on?
Years.
Okay. When did it start, you think? When your mom passed?
It started getting worse when my mom passed.
Okay. Did it start how many years before your mom passed, do you think?
When my father died.
Okay. Did you ever tell anybody about the voice? Never? And what does the voice say to you? Well, what does it tell you to do?
Burn, kill, destroy.
Okay, burn, kill, destroy what?
Anything.
Okay, but have you ever burned, killed, or destroyed anything? What have you burned, killed, or destroyed?
Burned, just fire, just set fire.
To what?
In the pit, fire.
Oh, a fire pit. Okay, well, I mean, the voice told you to burn something, you built a fire in a fire pit. What's destructive about that? That's what fire pits are made for. What else did the voice tell you to do that's...
Kill animals.
Okay, have you ever killed animals?
Yes.
What kind of animals?
Birds.
Birds? Wild birds or people's
Birds.
pets? How do you kill them?
Birds.
How do you kill them?
Wait for them, kill them.
Oh, can't catch them, so how are you waiting for them?
Out in the grass. Wait for a bird to come up.
There's no way, man. I'm a bird lover. There's no way. You can't catch a bird, Holmes.
No, I mean like...
With a pelican? Oh, okay. Where's your pelican?
It broke.
Okay. All right, so the voices tell you to hurt animals and start fires in the fire pit.
I'm trying to remember.
Okay, well, you think about that while we're talking. Because other than Zach, who else have you told about this voice? No one. Okay. And I can't remember, did you say you told your mom before she passed? No? Okay, so Zach's the only one you ever told. How about Emily? Did you ever tell Emily about the voice?
I think I did.
You think you did? You're not sure, though?
Not sure.
You know Emily's last name?
Brenner.
Brenner? Okay. Is she still a student out there?
Huh?
Is she still a student out at Douglas?
She doesn't go to Douglas.
She doesn't go to Douglas anymore? All right. So let's talk about the last couple days. When was the last time you heard the voice?
Yesterday.
What time was it yesterday?
It was at night.
Okay. And where were we at?
Work.
You're at work? So you're at Dollar Tree. And what's the voice telling you?
To hurt people.
To hurt people. Hurt people at Dollar Tree? Or hurt people?
Hurt people in general.
Okay. Doesn't say specifically who? All right. So what happens? Do you hear the voice this morning or no? Okay, well, what's the voice saying this morning? Okay, let's talk about it. Did the voice didn't tell you to take Uber, right?
Yes, it did.
It did?
Yes.
The voice said take Uber.
Yes.
Did
the voice is in me.
You're the voice. There's
in here.
Okay, it's in your head.
Yes.
What is it? A male voice or a female voice?
Male.
Male. Can you tell how old the voice is?
My age.
Okay. Do you have a good voice too, or just a bad voice? Is there a voice inside you that says, do good things? No?
It's always bad.
Just moments after his arrest, Cruz began acting unstable, talking about demons and hearing voices. Even the arresting officer thought something felt fake about his behavior. This was when the true purpose of the interrogation became clear: to separate fact from fiction and to understand what really drove him to commit such a horrific act.
This is a police department, and I'm a police officer. Okay? All right, so one of the things I want to do is we need to start talking about what happened and why it happened. Have you ever been in trouble before where you've been involved with police officers?
Yes.
What was that all about?
Shooting animals.
Shooting animals?
Yes.
What kind of animals?
Chicken.
And what city was that in?
Parkland.
You get arrested for it, or they take you home? What happened?
They came to the door.
Okay.
Asking if we had guns.
Okay, was this when you were staying with your mom, or with
Yeah, when I was a long time ago.
Oh, how long a time ago?
6 years ago.
Okay, so when you were like 13, when you were a juvenile? Okay, so did they actually arrest you? You were you shot a chicken? What'd you shoot the chicken with?
Pelican.
A pelican? Okay, is that the only time you ever been in any contact with the police?
No.
What else? What other contacts you had with the police?
Riding bike.
But I can't know what happened from your point of view until you tell me. So, again, you want to keep saying to me, I don't deserve it. So, to me, that means you have some form of remorse. You can't change what happened. I can't change it either. I wasn't up there with you, and I wish I could change it, but I can't. But the thing about I don't deserve it is to start off telling me what happened, and then we talk about why it happened, and then we go from there to try to understand why it happened. So when you say I can't remember, for you not to believe you deserve it, you remember. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't say that if you didn't remember what happened.
Okay.
So come on. All we gotta do is start off. Can't be. You held down a job for 2 years. If you were doing things bad, you wouldn't be able to hold a job down for 2 years, right? Okay. I mean, look.
It's me and then my bad side.
I understand. Everybody's got a quote good and bad side. There's people.
No, it's a voice. The voice isn't here, and then it's me. It's just regular me. Just trying to be a good person.
Okay. But obviously, again, when you say it's a voice, it's you. It's all you. The voice is you as well.
Yeah.
The voice didn't force you to do anything, right?
No, the voice did. It's two voices.
Uh-huh.
There's one half that's the good and then the bad.
Yeah. Okay, well, the voice tells me to go to lunch and not pay for my meal, but I pay for my meal because I know that's the right thing to do, right? You've asked 2 or 3 times to me today that you don't deserve stuff. I understand that. But the bad side is you as well. Everybody's got a good and a bad side.
The focus of the investigation shifted toward making sure Nikolas Cruz couldn't avoid responsibility by pretending to be insane. The detective carefully planned a set of specific questions aimed at getting genuine responses from Cruz, especially about the day of the attack, before lawyers or psychologists could influence his story. As the questioning continued, It became clear this was not a random or impulsive act. Cruz had spent an entire week planning the attack in horrifying detail, showing just how deliberate his actions were.
Yeah, I am stupid.
Well, you said you were a B and C student, so I got bad news for you, pal. I became a homicide detective with C's, so if you're stupid, then I'm stupider than you. So, being a B and C student doesn't make you stupid, and Stoneman Douglas is a good school, so it's not like, you know, you're stupid. And again, I keep going back to the fact you held down a job for 2 years, so if somebody thinks you're a reliable worker, because people don't pay you money to work in their business if they think you're stupid. So, huh?
I felt like it just felt bad for me.
Who felt bad for you? Dollar Tree?
The workers.
Not even you believe that.
I do believe it.
That they kept you on because they felt bad for you. Why? You were working there before your mom passed away. Why did they feel bad for you? Did they know you before? I mean, you filled out an application, right?
My mother did it for me.
Okay, but they had to interview you. They didn't interview your mother for the job, right?
There was no interview.
Okay, so they just hired you outright.
It was like Christmas time.
Okay.
Filled out an application for me. Went to Dollar Tree. They saw me. They asked me a couple of questions.
Mm-hmm.
That was, but I was sad that day.
Okay. Other than Emily, you ever had another girlfriend since Emily?
No.
No. What were your feelings about Emily? Just a high school girlfriend, or she was the love of your life?
She was the love of my life.
All right. You ever talked to any other girls since then?
Yes.
Okay. Ever go out with any of them?
Yes.
Okay. So you've had other girlfriends since?
No, I never. There was no. I scared them.
Oh, okay. You ever take them out to dinner and all that stuff?
I try to.
Okay. What do you scare them about?
I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know why I scare them.
Do they think you're stupid?
Probably now.
Probably now, but that's what you just said. But I'm talking when they went out with you, they had to say yes to go out with you, right? No girl's going to go out with somebody who they think is stupid. So.
I don't know why.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I understand that. So all this, I'm stupid. You got, well, in a term, you're stupid. I don't think you're mentally deficient. You made some poor decisions, obviously, but that doesn't make you stupid. Okay?
What I told you is true.
I understand that. So all this, the demon is because you got disrespected by in front of your peers. All right? Let me go. I'm going to go back and see what everybody's doing as far as what they need me to do.
You're not a psychologist or anything, or?
No, I'm not. I'm a 59-year-old man who's raised 3 children, so I guess that makes me somewhat of a psychologist.
Think you can give me a psychologist here?
I can certainly ask.
Okay.
Have you ever seen a psychologist before?
No.
Okay.
I thank you.
Thank you. Have all the policemen, other than the circumstances, been kind of bad today? Have anybody treated you unfairly? No?
No. Sure.
Anybody even yell at you?
I mean, when I get pulled over, they have.
No, but I mean today. Did anybody yell at you?
No.
You know, do anything to scare you, other than maybe tell you to put your hands up? No? All right. Is there anybody whose number you know you want me to call?
I don't remember the numbers in my phone.
If you had your phone, who would you want me to call for you? Let them know where you're at. Do you have a best friend? So who do you want me to call?
I'm trying to think.
Rob? What's he, from work or from school?
He's a New York family relative.
What relation is he to you?
Parents. So parents knew him, and
Oh,
when
okay.
I was a kid, and
All right. But he's in your phone under Rob?
I believe.
Okay. Let me see if I can get find his phone. The water's still there if you need it. You sure you don't want something else to eat? Like to drink or eat?
As more questions were asked and time passed, Cruz's efforts to manipulate the situation began to fail. The detective stayed focused, cutting through Cruz's attempts to appear disturbed and exposing his true, chilling nature.
And these voices.
15 years.
15?
I don't know. Does that sound right?
No, because 15 on top of 5, we would be 2020. When you hear the voices, are the voices like outside your head or inside your head when you hear them?
Inside.
Okay, so it's not like you don't hear a voice from that corner talking to you. It's inside your head. And is it always the same voice, or is it only one voice?
One voice, same.
And you said it's a man's voice? That's yeah.
Yes.
Does it sound like anybody you've ever met? Anybody you ever seen on TV? Can you tell, like, by an accent? Is it what kind of? Is it an old man, young man, white man, black?
Man.
Young man? About the same age as you think? But it's only one voice you ever hear, right?
Yes.
Because I want to know what I'm going to tell this person.
I try to control it, but
Oh, how do you control it when you hear it?
Try to be moving.
Okay, so if you're sitting still, you hear the voice more than if you're moving? I mean, you talk about physically moving.
Yeah, physically moving.
Do you hear the voice when you're in bed at night sleeping?
Yes.
Do you ever see anything with the voice? Like some people say, oh, I see a person sitting in the corner. You don't see anybody sitting over there, do you? It's just me and you, right? All right. Do you always obey what the voice tells you to do?
I try not to.
Okay. Well, how many, on any given week, how many times do you think you hear the voice? All the time?
Once every day.
Once every day? Morning, afternoon, night? Always the same time?
Usually in the afternoon.
About what time?
11 to 12.
Why do you think it's those hours?
I don't know.
It's always around lunchtime? Do you hear it at night when you go lay down? So you hear the voice more than at 11 and 12, right?
I hear it more at night.
Or at night?
I start hearing in the afternoon. I hear it more at night.
Now you talked about demons, and then you talk about the
that's
voice.
the demon. The voice is the demon.
The voice is the demon. So there's not
the
two.
person, whoever it is.
Does it have a name?
No name.
Does it ever say, "Hey, my name's Nick"? Does it use your name or use somebody else's name? Just a voice with no name.
Just a voice with no name telling me what to do.
When you wouldn't listen to what the voice said, do you ever think that something bad would happen to you from the voice for not listening to it?
Loneliness.
Huh?
Loneliness.
Loneliness? So the voice, listening to the voice was going to keep you from being lonely?
Yes.
Okay, so help me out with this, because again, I'm not trying to be a prick or anything like that, but
I know.
how does building a fire in a fire pit when you're listening to the voice keep you from being lonely? How does that work?
Because I have someone in my head who I can talk to about it.
Okay, so your loneliness is fulfilled by the voice. So he's kind of like an imaginary friend.
Almost. Yes.
Almost.
Yes.
But does he tell you good things to do as well? I think you already said he does sometimes.
No, that's just me.
That's just you?
The bad.
So why do you want to be friends with somebody who just wants to tell you to do bad things?
To have somebody.
Wouldn't you rather be alone than be with somebody who's telling you to do bad shit? That's like being around a friend who's always getting you in trouble. Why would you want a friend like that?
Because I have no one.
So you'd rather be in trouble than
No.
Be lonely?
I don't want to get in trouble with the bad voice. It's just that I don't have anyone else.
You got your brother. I mean, you get along with your brother, right?
It's been, while we were growing up, he's been abusive.
What kind of abusive?
Name calling.
Okay, name calling. Shit, brothers do that every day of the week. Sisters too.
It was constant.
Okay, but you have a good enough feeling towards your brother where you share with him probably one of the only secrets that you have these voices, right? So you have a decent relationship with your brother, right?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know if he cares about me or not.
Do you think your brother cares about you more than the voice cares about you?
I feel like the voice cares more about me than my brother.
Huh. Has your brother ever told you to do anything bad?
No.
No. Did the voice tell you to buy that AR-15?
Yes.
Did it tell you, hey, buy that gun, it looks cool? How many different kinds of guns did you look at before you decided to buy that gun? A lot? And was the voice helping you pick out the gun, or was it just you picking?
No, it was a voice.
Did the AR-15 get picked out because it was similar to the gun that an Army Ranger would carry?
No, it was because of the voice.
Because of the voice.
Suggested. The voice.
Did you have a computer ever at the house? Because I had my partner looking back in the back.
I had a computer when I was with my mother.
Okay. Did the voice tell you to buy that gun too? How much you pay for that? If you remember.
200 something.
Okay. Now, if the voice told you to buy that, and if the voice told you about the AR-15, what do you think if you didn't buy it? If you said, hey, I ain't buying these guns, it's too expensive, what do you think the voice would have done to you? Is your brother a cutter?
No.
So, when you cut yourself, it's because the voice just told you to cut yourself. And if you didn't talk or you didn't listen to the voice, then you were going to be alone because your voice was your only friend. That's kind of what you're saying.
A dresser.
Okay. Is it the only key on a ring, or is there other keys?
Just that one. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, just that one.
You keep the gun safe locked all the time? Why do you do that?
To protect myself.
Protect yourself from what?
From my voice.
Okay. So you keep it locked to keep the voice from getting into the gun? Since me and you have been talking, have you heard the voices? What's it said?
Saying cut yourself.
For you to cut yourself. Does the voice like me? Does the voice like me?
He doesn't trust you.
Why doesn't he trust me? I'm pretty relaxed, ain't I?
I'm trying to figure that out too.
Well, what doesn't he like about me? I mean, I'm kind of grinning because I want to know what the voice's problem is with me. What doesn't he like about me? I treated you fairly. I've given you water. I talked nice to you. You know.
You're too nice.
I'm too nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times has the voice talked to you while we've been in the room here together?
A lot.
Has the voice said jump out of the chair and do anything bad to that policeman?
Saying kill yourself now.
I don't really believe there is a voice, to be honest with you.
Voice.
No, I don't think there is.
I'm telling you the truth. There is.
No. I mean, I feel you probably want to kill yourself because of what happened, but...
No, the voice is telling me to kill myself.
Okay, but the voice is telling you that the AR-15s is... You like guns, man. You want to be a ranger. You like guns. It's all right. There's cops like that. There's cops who got 50 million guns. You didn't buy guns because the voice said, hey, today I like Mossbergs, tomorrow I like AR-15s. You like guns.
Can you call the psychologist?
I've already got the questions from some of the psychologists. Some of the questions I asked you were from... Yeah.
I see.
That's the ones I asked you. You already...
No.
Voices, or the inside or outside of your head? What do the voices say? These are all questions I asked you. How many voices? You said one. Whose voice do you think it was? You didn't know.
What's wrong with me?
I don't know. I don't understand why you can't admit you like guns. There's lots of guys who like.
It's a voice. Oh, fuck.
You never kept any kind of diary though, right? With these voices.
No diary.
Why didn't you ever tell anybody other than your brother about the voices, trying to get help?
I was afraid.
Huh?
I was afraid.
I'm afraid of what? The voice is telling you to kill yourself. What more can you be afraid of? I'd be like, maybe I need to go. You want to talk to a psychologist? Why didn't you talk to a psychologist when the voices started?
The voice is telling me not to, and I listen.
The voice was telling you not to talk to a psychologist?
Yeah, but myself, I wanted to.
Why didn't you slip a note to somebody like your mom saying, Mom, I really... But if you believe in demons, do you believe in angels? Angels is the good, demons are the bad. When you say the word demon, you think it's an evil spirit? Or what do you think it is?
A voice, demon voice.
Okay, but going back, do you believe that there's good angels and God and afterlife, and when your mom passed away, that your mom is somewhere right now?
I feel like there's an afterlife.
Okay, so do you believe your mom's somewhere, even though she's passed away, she's somewhere else? Okay. But you never went to church or anything like that?
No.
You ever just, maybe think about when you were hearing the voices, go to see a preacher or a priest or something like that?
It was just one day where I was riding my bike and the voice told me not to go anywhere, just to ride.
Uh-huh.
I stopped by the church because that was me. I wanted to stop by at the church.
Okay.
Just to sit there.
So what did you think you really had to do other than kill yourself to get the voice out of your head? You didn't think a priest or a church could help you? What did you think you had to do?
Try to kill myself.
Okay, well, above and beyond all that, was there something else you could do to get that voice out of your head?
I don't know.
I'm just asking. Did you pray? You ever ask God to get the voice out of your head? Why not? You don't believe in God, or you believe there's something, right?
Just believe. I don't believe there's a God. I believe there's something.
Okay.
I don't know how to.
But the voice just doesn't like me because he thinks I'm too nice. Why do you think I'm nice? Why do you think I'm nice? Forget the voice. Why do you think I'm nice? I already told you why. But why do you think I'm nice? What purpose would it be for me not to be nice?
Although the interrogation lasted 10 hours, it became obvious that Cruz's act wasn't working. As soon as the detective stepped out, Cruz's behavior changed. He hid his face in his hands, making it unclear what he was feeling. But his next few actions told a different story. In just 5 seconds, Cruz revealed more than he likely meant to. He went from smirking to frowning and even started crying as he looked directly at the camera. This sudden shift exposed a clear difference between the real person and the image he was trying to present. He seemed to find pleasure in reliving the attack, only to quickly hide it once he realized he was being recorded.
if they're not bleeding anymore and you want them off, we can pull them off. I'll get you a garbage can. You want them off? Put them on the floor. Throw them on the floor in the corner. All right, this one.
Okay.
Thank you. if the demon even exists.
I get an attorney or something?
You want what? An attorney?
Yeah.
Did the demon or the voice just tell you to get an attorney? Okay. All right. Well, you tell the voice that don't hit yourself in the head, because the attorney, the demon just requested. I will stop talking to you.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
You're scared of what?
Scared of what? Oh, fuck, wouldn't he protect me? Why?
What?
Why wouldn't he protect me, man?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't he protect me?
All right. Well, again, your demon wants an attorney. Does the demon know an attorney? Any name in particular?
Cruz also tried to fake signs of mental distress by pretending to hurt himself. But even these actions seemed staged. For example, when he tried to bite himself, there were no marks. He also scratched at spots where blood had been drawn earlier, trying to make it look like self-harm. But when the detective came back, Cruz appeared embarrassed by what he had done. If we step back and look at the bigger picture, the act becomes obvious. Cruz had just killed 17 people in cold blood, yet he was unharmed. Many mass killers take their own lives afterward. Cruz did not. Instead, he repeatedly put on fake displays of mental illness during questioning, clearly trying to build a defense. The seriousness of his crimes became even more apparent throughout the interrogation. Lives had been destroyed, and families were torn apart. Investigators had the heavy task of uncovering why Cruz did what he did and ensuring he faced justice. Every minute of the questioning reminded them, and the public, of the deep pain caused by his actions. After the interrogation, Cruz was placed in solitary confinement at Broward County Jail. During the trial, the insanity defense was rejected entirely. He was held fully responsible and sentenced to multiple life terms, adding up to over 1,000 years. At one point, he faced the possibility of the death penalty, but he narrowly avoided it due to one juror's vote.
I am very sorry for what I did, and I have to live with it every day. And that if I were to get a second chance, I will do everything in my power to try to help others.
But take a look at what he says next.
I believe this country would do better if everyone would stop smoking marijuana and doing all these drugs and causing racism and violence out in the streets. I'm sorry, and I can't even watch TV anymore. And I'm trying my best.
With the insanity defense no longer an option, Cruz shifted the blame to marijuana and other drugs. And if that excuse wasn't strange enough, he actually seemed genuinely upset about not being able to watch TV. That alone tells you a lot about where his priorities and mindset really were. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching and for all of your support. It really has been amazing so far. Consider dropping a like and subscribe if you want to watch more interrogation content. And as always, let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time.